What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the XForceGlobal channel. Everyone keeps requesting these XRP video updates and I'm here to provide once again. So if you'd like to see more of these XRP video updates, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so that I know you are interested. Let's dive straight into the analysis. In our previous video, we anticipated further upside, and sure enough, lo and behold, the Trump administration just moments ago announces a strategic reserve plan for XRP and ADA. It is now aligning with our Elliott Wave count expectations, which is fantastic, and is now following up with a strong market reaction just after that news has been announced. Now, this development fits seamlessly with our Elliott Wave count expectations, like I said, and it is most likely possibly a self-fulfilling prophecy. Who knows? But it is playing out very nicely. But what does this mean? How far can XRP rally? As I've mentioned, we've narrowed it down to two potential scenarios, both suggesting at least a temporary move to the upside, which is going to be likely breaking the previous high that we created back a month ago. Now, this is going to be a very important level for this possible B wave or a continuation rally, because that level there is going to be extremely important in terms of whether a rejection or a continued rally is going to be happening or not, based on a Fibonacci level that we're going to be discussing in just a second on the shorter time frames. This will unfold everything as a strong impulsive move to the upside or a possible corrective rally that'll continue to linger for the rest of the year as a possible wave 1-2 that we have. So that is the two scenarios. The first scenario that we have here is going to be working in a possible 3-3-5 sequence, which means that the first wave A is built as a 3 wave, or it's going to be built up as a possible 1-2, and this is going to be a very strong rally, which brings me into the second scenario. That is a hybrid scenario, either going into a wave A or a wave 1 and then 2, and then if we break the previous high and we break that Fibonacci resistance that I'm going to be sharing in just a moment, this could be also potentially working for a wave 3, 4, 5 to the upside. That'll still bring us to very ambitious targets of around $7 to $10, most likely, ending this bull run quicker than our first scenario. Now, what if we want to extend this scenario as long as we want? This idea is the best one, where we have a 5-wave move going into a wave 1 of the intermediate degree, and this is going to be a corrective flat structure, again as a 3-3-5 sequence, and that will be the distribution going into possibly 2026, a multi-month correction. We really simply do not know in terms of the time, but the longer that distributes and stays above this bullish level, then we are most likely going to be working for even a stronger wave 3 that could be bringing us even into the double digits of around $20 to $40 as the ultimatum target. So if that happens, we really need distribution. If you are not looking at that scenario and you're seeing this as just an extended wave 5 to the upside, where we're shifting all the higher degrees to this level over here where the wave 3 and 4 has already played out, then this is your case. And I'm going to assume, like I said in the previous video, that most of you are probably going to be wanting this scenario where we're just going straight up and we're going to hit $8 to $10, and you don't really care about $20 to $40 region as well. But again, it all boils down to where you're positioned in the market. And right now, since I'm positioned personally over here, if you're following me on social media on X, please do give me a follow there, by the way, that this level here is where I have been accumulating for over 2,000 days or so. And it really doesn't matter for me which scenario plays out, but I know most of you just like to see straight up arrows, and this would be the scenario for you where we're going to be working for a 5th wave, because the Elliott wave structure fits very nicely as a hybrid structure, as a 5-wave impulse, or if we're going to get rejected as a B wave, that is how we're going to be looking at a possible 2025 into 2026 distribution, kind of correcting the whole rally that we had over here. So how are we going to know if this is going to be a B wave or it's going to be an impulsive move to the upside? That's going to be based on the micro time frame count. So we have to zoom in. If we go into the hourly time frame, as you can see here, the levels that we're looking for in terms of where the rejection might happen or might not happen, and will determine whether this is a B wave or an impulsive move to the upside, is going to be that 123.6% level or the 138.2% level. Let me draw out those levels because I know many of you can't see these levels. So if we look at the price level, the maximum level that we're going to be looking for is that $4.30 level, and if that breaks, you're most likely going to be working for that bullish strong wave 3 to the upside, like I mentioned. So if that's the case, this level here, if this does get rejected, remember we're working in a possible B wave, and we're going to be looking for another move to the downside, possibly working for a C wave that might bring us down to the sub $1 levels. So in my opinion, again, I don't don't really care which one happens, but right now what we have been calling for in the past week or two is that we were looking for a possible ABC move here, and we got a pretty nice looking 5-wave structure here. So if you go back to my previous video, the immediate video before this, we know that we were talking about a possible move to the downside into that 161.8 zone, and we got a 50% bounce just based on the news alone. So if this is going to be a continuation rally, a lot of the markets are now seeing this as a psychological wave 3 to the upside. Then we may be working for a C wave or a wave 3. So as you can see, it doesn't really matter in terms of the overall larger structure. We are just looking for the medium time frame resolution. And right now the resolution is either a B wave or a larger wave 3 to the upside. All we have to do is reassess at these levels here. I think that's the biggest thing where a lot of Elliotticians fall short on, where they're just working on a single bias where everything is just going super high or super low, perma bull or perma bear, where they can, take advantage of the medium time frames. You can still be a bull or a bear on the medium time frames and also be having a different perspective on the macro. But right now, both the macro and the medium time frame show still further upside, either as a wave C as a 1-2 distribution or a larger wave 3 to the upside. And in my opinion, if this does turn far impulsive than we expected, it might be turning into that scenario where we're going to be working for a larger wave 3 to the upside, possibly working for that $8 to $10 region a little bit earlier than anticipated. That can end this bull run entirely, and I would be more than content with any of these two scenarios. So hopefully that helps you get a second opinion on where XRP might be heading. Again, we've been talking about the larger time frames, but the most important thing is we've been expecting a possible larger move to the upside. Now, this could possibly develop into something else, maybe a triangle of some sort for this wave 4. I don't know. We'll have to see, but right now we don't have enough information. But for now, we're going to be looking for this $4.38 as the major resistance. And if that breaks above, this scenario is for you. And if not, we're going to be working for this level here where this B wave is going to get rejected and we work for a wave C to the downside. I'm still 50-50 on this, but again, the minimum expectation was that we're looking for further upside, and already we have a 50% bounce from the lows that we've been talking about. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Bye-bye.